Hi everyone, this is Rupali Mullick reporting from Piestany here at Slovakia. I am here with a very delighted WIM Isha Sharma. And Isha, how do you feel today?
Really good.
And can you tell us why?
Yeah, I just scored my maiden IM norm.
Your maiden IM norm, but it is also your maiden WGM norm.
Yes.
Right? Which you've been trying to get for the last 2 years.
Yeah.
So you went to hit a 4, but you actually hit a 6. So this is fantastic news. On a personal level, I have to share with the viewers, I've been on this journey with Isha pretty much the whole time through the pandemic. We've been traveling together and she's been having such fantastic games, very close games, but this is finally the first time that she's been able to actually realize her potential and make this IM norm so effortlessly. So Isha, overall, how do you rate your performance in this tournament?
I would say 7/10.
7 on 10. Okay, and you scored how many points in this tournament?
5.
5 out of 9.
Yeah.
And of course, I think the best game, the most iconic game of your career maybe, is the game that you played against Grandmaster Krasenkow. So when you were paired against him, how did it feel?
It felt really good because I knew what player of what caliber he is. So I was really excited to play against him.
And you had played 2 very good games before that. Is that right? What was your score? You were on 1 on?
I was 1 on 2.
1 on 2.
Yeah.
You had scored a win and a draw.
No, I win and a loss.
A win and a loss,
Yeah.
right? Okay. And so now you were prepared to get back and see how you can play with him. So Isha, why don't you tell us a little bit about this iconic game? You know, Sagar Shah has written on ChessBase India's Instagram channel that Bobby Fischer and Kasparov must be proud of WM Isha today for the way she has played her KID defense. So, of course, we really want to know from your mouth how you played, what was going on through your mind. So, why don't you just get at it?
Yeah, so right out of the opening, like he played Bishop G5, I played Queen E8, and I messed up the move order actually. I played King H8. I was planning to play Knight D7 and F5 ideas early, but so I played King H8. He played Bishop E3 immediately, which I was not expecting. I was expecting some Rook G1 and H4 H5 plan, but after he played Bishop E3, I had this option of going either Knight D7 or sacrificing on E4. So I wasn't sure if Bishop E3 is good because he had taken 10 minutes for that move, and I just felt it seemed to be working, and I felt I had really good compensation for the piece I would be sacrificing. But of course I will be doing it against such a great player, such a strong player, so it takes guts, you know, to, I mean, if it fails horribly, I would just be so embarrassed because I just botched up such a potentially a good game. So
absolutely.
Yeah.
So Isha, before we move into your sacrifice, you are aware that Krasenkow is an excellent coach. He's also an opening master with the H3 variation in this very opening. So had you prepared specifically against his H3?
Yes, so this H3 Bishop G5 Knight D2 setup, it's his main weapon, I can say, and I had decently prepared against it. So, but like I said, I messed up my move order, so I was confused already. So,
and then this
opportunity popped up.
This sacrifice was staring at your face and
Yes.
asking you. Okay,
Yeah.
so you took 27 minutes. Can you tell us what were you thinking in those 27 minutes?
Yeah, it took time to boost myself up to give that sack actually, because and I just kept reassuring myself that I have enough compensation for the sacrifice.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mostly it was the softer confidence building, not the technical part of it.
Both, I would say.
Both?
Because yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
So yeah, after the sacrifice, I saw Sagar's review after that, and he had suggested some lines for white where white can immediately give back the piece, but during the board it was very complicated because even I don't think even we both couldn't evaluate the position. I felt I had good compensation. I think my opponent also thought the same, because the way his body language spoke, I felt I'll be doing okay for the next few moves at least.
Okay.
So I'm not getting smashed immediately. So if I survive till some point, I felt I'll get back in the game. So after the position got simplified, I got I played this queen e7 move, which I felt my opponent's idea was to play castle, just play safe and slowly bring out his pieces which was stuck on c1 and a1. So he wanted to castle. That's why I played queen e7. I wanted to provoke his pawns and complicate the position a little more, so I'll have something to play against. But I already had something to play against. I had this rook d8, c6 and d5 plan, which even though it looked really slow to me, it was working fine, because even if I give him a couple of moves, he cannot get back his bishop on c1 and rook on a1 out into the game, because I'm just faster than he can be.
Right.
So that was working. But I played queen e7, which complicated the position much more. So then it was like he was attacking my king, and I was also having some plans. So it got really messy after that, and time was also a factor after that. So
right. So eventually, how did the game end?
After the complications, I tried to mate him. I played this queen g5 move, and I was just forcing him to find only moves, because if you give me one move, I'm going to play queen g3 and mate you, and you don't have any defense. So you have to find something concrete. And he actually had this queen b6 idea, which was like the only surviving move for him, but he missed it. So I think after that it was one-sided, because I could just put mating threats against him, and he cannot defend it.
Excellent, Isha. And right before he played you, he played two other people. One of them was Rahil, and I saw Rahil was completely crushing it in that game. He was +5, +6, but still they came out with a draw, which was quite disheartening for him. But I just gave the credit to the opponent, saying, this is obviously Grandmaster Krasenkow we are playing. He's not going to get perturbed if he's playing in a -5 position, because his end game skills will come and save him. So when you were playing that game and you were so plus, I was sort of praying that the same thing doesn't happen with you. But yes, the result was really good, and that must have really boosted your confidence, right?
Because it was my second grandmaster win in the tournament already. So it was and in my whole career it was like just third win against grandmaster. So
and two have been in this tournament. So great. And then of course the rest of the tournament was flowing quite nicely for you. You kept up the rigor. You played some other really strong games and maintained your position, always within striking distance of this IM norm. What was going through your mind when you were playing this tournament? One game at a time?
Actually during the start of the tournament I was not feeling very well, so I had the accommodation facility, like I had booked myself for the first time, and I had booked it in the middle of a forest. So things were not looking so great, and I had already like chalo ye tournament bhi gaya to before the start I was like, I'm just going to survive somehow and just get this
finish
over
it
with.
off.
Yes.
So and while you were performing well, how were you looking at the remaining? Because it's very easy to get distracted with, oh my god, I may be doing it this time. How do you stop yourself from just racing ahead and messing it up?
Okay, so it was a good start, but it was kind of hectic because we had this double rounds and evening round and morning round. So they all came together. So this win was really good, and it was very new because you had put in ChessBase India, and I was like, oh, it's really nice and all, but it was really hectic. I had to prepare for the next round, and just like that next round also I played against Nikhil Dixit, I guess. No, I think it was the next round.
Was
Yeah.
it? Okay.
So it was
The fifth game. The fifth
yeah,
round.
it was, and I was completely losing against him, and in the I think it was a 5-hour game, and in the last half an hour I got to draw the game, otherwise I was completely getting smashed. So it was the tournament hadn't been over yet, so I still had to work hard on my games, and I still had to prepare, I still had to do everything. So so yeah.
You know, when the universe plans something for you, things just work themselves out, right? Sometimes they say that. So that completely losing game against Nikhil that you drew was probably the boost that you needed to just keep going further, right?
Yes, yes.
So Isha, you know, of course this is great. Your maiden norms have been achieved, both of them in one shot. But you've had it's not always been great, right? You've had your tough days. I've been witness to that. Why don't you tell us? Because, you know, it's always great to celebrate successes. But, you know, that classic photograph of that person standing on top of a hill and celebrating, but nobody really sees or goes through the trek that that person has made to reach the top. So, you know, of course you have a long way to go, but I still want to hear from you. How do you keep yourself motivated? Because it is so easy to give up, especially when things are not going your way. So can you tell us a little bit about your struggles, about what you have gone through and how you have kept yourself going?
Yeah, so after the pandemic, it's been 2 years, we have been playing continuously. My mother always traveled with me, so it's part of her journey also. We've been in this together, so it's her success. It's as much as it's mine, it's also hers.
Absolutely.
And my family, my father, sister, and my grandmother. So and my coach also. So they have all been with me the whole 2 years, which I was struggling hard. I was playing continuously. I was not getting any successes, and chess was in a high boom, and I was getting good games, but the result was not showing. So it was really frustrating. And yeah, my family and coach, they just kept me boosted up. And of course, at some point it got really tough. I just had to change my routine after that. I just stopped looking at chess as a sport, and I just started looking at it as my career. I just changed my routine. I started preparing more thoroughly. I started doing more systematic things, you know.
And since how long have you been doing that, Isha?
Probably 6 months. One year, maybe 6 months.
Wow. So you decided that you're not just playing for fun, it's not a hobby, it's not a sport, it's your lifestyle, it's your career.
Yeah.
And that kind of mentally, you changed your outlook towards the way you were preparing,
Yeah.
and that helped you.
Yes.
That's awesome. Guys, just want to make a proclamation. There's a new women's chess player in the horizon. She's going to be our next best thing. Isha, what's your plan from now on, going forward?
Yeah, I'm just going to continue the way I've been doing. That's my plan. And I just want to improve my game and keep playing.
Keep playing.
Yeah.
Excellent. We wish you all the very best, Isha, on your journey.
Thank you.
Hope that I'm available every time to take your interview, every time you do well. All the very best and take care.
Thank you.